to our Native American Celebration Day. We are very glad that you could join us today to experience all of the amazing discoveries firsthand. We would like to begin by sharing some of the things we learned about Native American music and dancing. American Indians had a sacred respect for life and nature. Their way of life and their music reflects the honors these beliefs. Their music is simple and repetitive, with basic rhythms that imitate the flush and flow of life. The first song a new baby hears is a lullaby sung by his mother, surrounded by the sounds of nature. Great ceremonies and rituals are often recreated based on a vision or dream by young men in the village. Other dances and stories were passed on from generation to generation. It was a responsibility of the Holy One to teach the songs and dances correctly to the younger members of the tribe. These ceremonies and dances had the power to bring help in time of need, help the sick, bring love, or to provide communication between all living things. Instruments like drums, rattles, bells, and flutes were played with the singing and dancing. Rattles were made of dry grounds with shells in them. Drums were made of wood and skin, as well as pots and jugs. The sounds of the drums surrounded the Indians in his everyday life. Drums were used to accompany everything from planting to hunting and harvesting to fighting and corn grinding. The flute was used for many purposes, including love songs and signaling enemies. It was only used for special purpose. We will use our records today much more than the Native American flutes would have been used many years ago. American Indians had a special relationship with animals. They created dances imitating the animals' movements and sounds as a sign of respect for the animals and their spirits. The Creek Indians of Georgia and Alabama performed songs and dances in preparation for a good hunt and also in Thanksgiving after a hunt was over. The traditional Greek duck dance was performed. The traditional Greek duck dance would have been performed around a fire. We have placed our drums in the center of the ring instead of using fire. The leader would play the rattle and one or two drummers accommodated from a side position. All dance together in a circle, men, women, and even children who were young and just learning the dance. The duck dance was performed to thank the duck call for helping to feed the tribe and also to wish for the duck's friendship. With men to continue peacefully, at the end of the song, you will hear the Creek duck call several times, imitating the sound of a quacking duck. If the dance was performed properly, it ensured the competition of ducks during the hunt. was a part of everyday life. The women of the Hopi tribe would join together to grind corn under grinding stones, singing as they worked. Sometimes it became a social activity, kind of like a little party, with feasting, singing, dancing, flute playing, and games.
In our song, the Hopi Butterfly Melody, you will see students acting now in the roles of the human grinding corn. They will be using percussion instruments to imitate the sounds of the pounding and grinding of the corn and the brushing of the cornmeal from the grinding stone into the baskets. The name of the song comes from the butterfly headdress that young girls wore in the dance ceremony celebrating the pollination and growing of the corn.
Many Native American ceremonies occur in cycles based on the 4 seasons. The seasons are of great importance in the lives of Native Americans because they control the food supply. Spring brings planting of crops while the summer is a time for gathering the harvest. The fall season is a time for hunting while the winter is a time for storing food for the hard months ahead. Good crops were asked for with prayers, songs, and dances.
The song Morning Star is from the Chippewa tribe. The Chippewa was originally a woodland tribe in the Great Lakes area. They lived in wigwams, planted crops of corn, beans, and squash, as well as fish and hunted fur-bearing animals.
The Morning Star is a part of a special ceremony that takes place in the spring, at dawn. Dawn is a quiet, peaceful time of day when the sun begins to rise in the far of a distance. The sun is rising up to symbolize new life. The purpose of the song was to pray the power of the unfar morning star. They ensure that new plantings would grow into the peaceful crop. Using the rising sun in springtime as our inspiration, we created ribbon dances to perform with the melody. We also improvised and composed musical interludes on our soprano recorders using the pitches and meter from the song. Listen to the beautiful text as we sing the Morning Star.